Hello, everybody. It's another Tuesday night, and we're moving on to our third topic. This one is emotional wellness. I'm very grateful that you're here, or will be, or will watch it later. It really is a topic that, for me personally, is something that I've grown to love and cherish are my emotions. So I'm excited to talk to you about that. I want to just kind of start off with just a quick little moment of connecting with ourselves. Just sit in a comfortable position. If you can, have your feet on the ground. Put a hand over your heart and close your eyes. And take a deep breath in and out. Another big breath in and out. One more time in and out. And ask yourself, how do I feel in this moment? And listen to whatever comes up. Do you feel calm, tired, anxious, distracted? Any of those things are okay. It is okay to feel however you feel right now in this moment. And sometimes giving ourselves space to feel is the hardest thing. That it is okay to feel. Emotional wellness is not about being happy all the time or feeling good all of the time. It is about recognizing what you are feeling, just like in that little practice we just did together. What were you feeling in that moment? And you don't have to judge any feeling as good or bad. It is just what it is. And from that space, it can lead you into curiosity of why. But you first have to be able to feel it. Emotional wellness is being able to express whatever is coming up in a healthy way. If you are mad, if you are disappointed, those are all justifiable ways of feeling. What we do about them is where the power is and where we can really affect ourselves and those around us. And sometimes recovering from challenges is a way of our emotions can become overwhelming or feel overwhelming, but the resiliency is the ability to recognize, wow, that was challenging, and it is very, very powerful. It's great to think of your emotions like waves in the ocean. It's not about stopping them, it's about learning how to swim in them, learning how to surf them, learning how to be with them. I love the ocean. When we connect to our emotions, that is what makes us powerful. When we're able to sit in a meeting or have a conversation that we are feeling maybe defensive or feeling judged, um, just recognizing how you are feeling, putting a word to it, gives you the power to move through it, where you can be more effective. Like, wow, why am I feeling so defensive? What is triggering me to feel that way? and it can help you literally shift in a meeting in real time, like a real time, to where the end of that meeting, the outcome is a much more positive one. This also can be really beneficial in family conversations, having conversations with family members that you feel anger or judgment coming up, and just, wow, why am I getting judgmental, or why am I getting angry? And then having the ability to shift through that emotion uh, leads to better, healthier relationships, and maybe more curious, maybe asking more questions around clarity, like, help me understand that. Not, you're making me feel this way, but help me understand that. That can be really helpful. You actually have fewer conflicts when you are present with how you are feeling. It's very powerful. And then with yourself, you have more peace, more trust, and less inner criticism, which can also be very powerful when we have that little voice in our head telling us we're wrong or we did something bad. Um, the more we trust ourselves, the less that we do that to ourselves, and have a better relationship with ourselves. Um, Personally, I have not had a relationship with my emotions until recently. Probably the last 3 to 4 years is when I started gaining that. And I had a lot of fear around it, because the fear of feeling um, was so overwhelming, because I hadn't really felt. And it's really interesting, because when it came up for me, my feelings of shame are in my stomach, and I felt shame so often. My stomach always hurt, like it always hurt, and I thought that was just a normal way of living. And it wasn't until I started working through healing and doing this emotional work, when I had space in between stomach aches, and went on longer and longer, and then my stomach hurt again. I'm like, whoa, what the heck is this? It's been a while. Like, it's been a while since I've hurt. And it really made me curious to what it was that I was doing that was making me feel that way. And the shame for me was usually around not being worthy enough, worthy of love, making mistakes, failure. Those were all of the core beliefs that were coming up, and so I had to do a lot of work around my core beliefs, and a lot of like a lot. I don't want to say like forgiveness, but a lot of being patient with myself as I was moving through learning how to change the inner dialogue that was in my head. And it was very powerful. My physical change has come because of this work. Some of the tools that I was using to numb my emotions was food. I would eat and eat and eat to numb myself. My stomach was hurting also, probably from the food, but I would eat to numb, to not feel. And by being present with my emotions is how I have really moved forward physically in taking better care of myself and listening to my body when she's full. Before I would just eat. I would eat, you guys, I would eat a lot. And it was a lot of it was a burden to do that. I thought, looking in the moment, it was like a protection, a soothing mechanism, and it caused a lot of damage to my body by doing that. And having a coach, having someone that was really there to help me navigate my emotions, having therapists to really help me navigate my emotions is what helped me be become a physically healthier being. It wasn't working out because I'm actually working out less than I was then. So it's really, really powerful. The way you feel matters. And if you are disconnected from how you are feeling, if you in this moment cannot recognize how you feel, this is what I'm talking about. The inability to notice how you are feeling and recognizing how you're feeling, even Googling feelings and being like, oh my gosh, it's this, oh my gosh, it's that, is the first step. And it can be painful, but there's resources out there and people out there that can really help you move through that. And I'd love to support you through that journey if that's something that you want to do. There's a lot of resources, a lot of wonderful books that I've read, podcasts, all sorts of things. So having that relationship with your emotions is very important. If you feel some imbalances, such as being irritable, snapping at people, feeling numb or disconnected, exhaustion that you just can't sleep enough, you just don't feel better, negative self-talk around you not being enough, those are all signs of an emotional imbalance. It's really a great practice to get into as you're starting to connect with your emotions, to try 1 to 3 times a day to just check in. You can do it when you first wake up, when you go to bed, at lunch. Find times during the day that are really beneficial for you to check in with yourself and just ask, what am I feeling? What am I feeling right now? Just like what we did at the beginning. And then the next step is, where in my body do I feel this? And I just mentioned at the beginning how I usually would feel it in my stomach. But some people can feel it in their chest. Some people can feel it in their head, in their hips. So just really connecting with your body physically, where are you feeling it at? And then the next is, what do you need in that moment? Like, what do you need right now when you're feeling these feelings? You need to take a break. You need to go for a walk. You need to put yourself in timeout. What do you need in that moment? And so over this next week, I really challenge you to do this and to tap in with yourself and just do it randomly. Sometimes you can, even when you feel the trigger, you can ask yourself during that also, which is very powerful. That's kind of a more advanced than just randomly asking yourself, because it can be really hard in the moment to actually feel that. So those are great tools in taking good care of your emotional wellness. I can't express how life-changing this is. Being able to connect with yourself is the key to being happier, to finding more joy in your life. Not being able to do that keeps you in the same patterns of unhealthy living that can take years off of your life and make things more harder. So if you are finding yourself numbing, distracting, not paying attention to how you're feeling, it's really serious. It can lead to diseases. It can lead to all sorts of things happening to yourself. It is such a high priority, and it's almost like, I almost want to say it's just more important to pay attention to how you're feeling than it is to take medications sometimes. Like, depending on the medications that you're taking, if you're using things to numb, that is not okay. So, this is very, very important. Um, I'm really proud of you for being here and having the courage to kind of explore emotional wellness. I'm really excited to continue to dive down into this and would love to hear how you feel. How you feel about discussing emotional wellness and where you are. Where are you on recognizing your feelings? Um, that's the first. Where are you? Are you able to? Are you not? And then we're going to be able to work through not judging them, and that because they're tools to connect you with what you need. So it's really powerful, really powerful. So I'm looking forward to again hearing from you. If you would love to comment or would love to explore this a little bit more deeply, please let me know. It is near and dear to my heart. And again, a very powerful, powerful tool that's free. It doesn't cost money. You you can do this. And I'm excited to explore more options and tools for you next week and the weeks to come. So thanks again for being here and take really good care of yourself. See you later.